Alright, I wanted to make a quick video about the V12 Lite steering wheel on Forza Horizon 6 because I noticed, I've got a bunch of people talking about like just that they've been having issues with their wheel and also some people saying that they couldn't get it connected or to show that Forza like showed the wheel, if I'm understanding that right. Um, Now, as far as like everything, I've had the wheel for a couple months so far, and I really like it. Honestly, I like the wheel. I've not had many issues. I wish the light worked on like all games, but the only games that I've seen the actual shift light work on would be like Crew Motorfest, Assetto Corsa. I think sometimes it works on Assetto Corsa and like some off-road rally uh, games. But hold on, I gotta get my Pxn app here. Another thing too is like, you know, I'm sure most of you may know, but there is a PXN racing app that you can download for your PC. You can also download it on your phone. You always have to run it as admin. It won't let you just run it normally. Always ask for admin privileges. But for some damn reason, now it's not popping up. Come on now. There it is. Alright, yeah. See, here's my app right here. It's showing everything. My base. So I've got the wheel, the base, the pedals. I don't have the gear shifter or whatever. Like if there's any updates, I'm pretty sure you can even update. Like you can take the wheel off the base, plug it up USB, and update it, like upgrade it or whatever. Like all my firmwares, this is the latest firmware. I've got 44 1.01. As far as updates, this all these games is the ones that I reckon are supposed to work with like the shift light and stuff like that. Although I even think it works on Gran Turismo 7 too. Um, Pedal settings, you got all these. Uh, Here's my base settings. This is what I'm running like in Forza Horizon 6 right now. I've got it at like 470. Force feedback 75, elasticity 70, damping force 65, slime force 70, inertial force 70, torque 85, rotational speed, and then the rest of this is like 50, 50, 70. Okay, in advanced controls, or actually controls, let me go back here. Okay, go to change the input mapping. Okay, go over to wheel. All right, you got custom wheel profile 1. Okay, so like it'll show up as device 1. And then if it shows up as device 1, you know it's reading it correctly. As far as how I have everything hooked up, I got the wheel has to get power, so it's powered up. Plus you have the USB that goes to your PC that plugs into the back of the base. My wheel actually came with two of those cables. So, like, if I want to have one hooked up to my PlayStation and switch fast, I can do that. And then you also have the Ethernet cable that runs from the base to the pedals. Now, if you ever have any issues with the pedals not working, you might just need to switch out the Ethernet cable or try a different one. Um, because even the one that I'm using right now, the damn clip on the very end of it is broken. So sometimes it'll fall out and then my pedals won't register because it's not actually connected. It's falling out of the connection hole. So I need to get me a different Ethernet cable, honestly. But like, for steering, it just shows up as axis 1. So like, just go to use the wheel just to steer and it's axis 1. Um, Accelerate, it's coming up, brake. everything's registering pretty well. Like I've not had any issues with as far as nothing registering or anything. Okay, as now I've been tinkering around with this a lot, using different people's settings with wheels and all that stuff, and I've kind of got it to where I like it. Like it's not the force feedback's not too strong. Drifting not bad. Like you can drift pretty easy and stuff, especially with like a drift car. Now different vehicles and stuff they'll all feel different. So like you can also, I'm pretty sure you can like fine tune each vehicle and stuff. I think I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. I've heard people say that, but I've not really looked into it. But like the tuning and all that stuff. But here's what I've got. I've got vibration. You can turn that off or on. Up here, you can leave it on. I kind of like it, so I'll leave it on. Although sometimes it is kind of buggy when you're hitting jumps and stuff. You'll land after a jump, and the vibration will like be stuck, and it'll constantly vibrate your wheel until like you hit something, and then it'll quit. It'll like reset itself, which is weird, but I think that's just like a bug in the game with vibration. Force feedback I got on 1.4, center spring and wheel damper turned all the way down. Mechanical trail I've got on 1.8. Force feedback minimum force is I've got at 0.7. Now, force feedback load sensitivity, this right here, if it's on 1 and it doesn't feel too strong to you, turn this up. Like you can turn this all the way to 1.5. But this will give you, the more you turn this up, will give you like the stronger elastic feel, I guess, is how to word that. Road I've got on 1. Off-road, some people on their settings, they turn this all the way down, but I don't like it to feel so like a light feeling. I like to feel the wheel, and I like to feel the feedback, and like the elastic, the inertial force and stuff. That's why sometimes I'll kind of mess with this too, and the torque and stuff. That way that it kind of has like a rubber band feeling, but like you can feel the tension, if you get what I mean. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all my wheel settings and everything like that. As far as like not having force feedback, someone was commenting about that, like they couldn't get their force feedback. I'm not too sure why that would happen, unless like I was saying, there's something going on with maybe your power supply. I mean, I really don't know why you wouldn't feel the force feedback. Make sure, though, that you have this app, because, I mean, I don't know, maybe if I didn't have this on my PC, maybe I wouldn't feel force feedback. I'm really not for sure, but I mean, this app itself, you can make your own custom settings for games, and then just like quick switch and all that stuff. So, but yeah, and I'll also be uploading some more gameplay. I wish I had a camera just so I could like show you my setup and everything, but I don't have that right now, so I do apologize. But hopefully, I'll have a camera soon. It's just, you end up having to like save up for something else, and then you can't get what you originally intended in the first place. Like I just not too long ago upgraded my graphics card from a 2070 Super to a 7800 XT, so now it's like I got a 3700X, which does good, but I could benefit from having a one of the 3D processors, it would go well with the 7800 XT. But I mean, I get good frames and everything like that. But I mean, I'm playing at 3440 by 1440, so I'm pretty happy with that. But as far as wheel settings, I hope you guys get it figured out. Anybody who's having any issues, I'm sure you've tried powering on, powering off, and all that stuff. But main thing is just, make sure you have this app, because it may factor into not having force feedback. Right here is where you can customize. Like your app, maybe the force feedback is turned all the way down. Like you can turn this all the way down, and then you wouldn't feel anything. Sometimes the app will set itself to a certain game. Like I've had it. Usually it picks up where I last had it, but sometimes it'll switch on its own, like to something. So it's possible that maybe your settings are just turned down, but I don't know. I hope. Hopefully it's that easy. But yeah, hopefully this video will help you out, give you guys a little guidance on wheel settings, and try these wheel settings out. See if you like it. If you don't, you can always change it. But I find that it's a pretty good spot. I still gonna tinker with it and stuff, maybe here and there, but I feel like it's in a good spot, honestly, as far as how it feels and everything. But yeah, and I appreciate you watching the video, and make sure you follow, like, sub, all that good jazz, and we'll see you.